Hello there, friends. I hope you're doing really well. I wanted to pop on here as promised for those of you who have already ordered my Mojo oils in the past. Shipments went out, the latest batch. I hope you are receiving them, and if you haven't yet, they're on the way. So I promised you that I would do a video in reference to how to use them and give you some ideas about it, specifically how they're created, what's in them. I can't give you my whole recipe, and I don't even have a real recipe. This is really, for me, this is really a spirit led process where I almost go into a trance, you all. I have bottles and bags of herbs and oils and essences, and I just spread them all over the table. I go into a meditative state and I ask spirit, direct my hands, direct me. So every batch that I literally do not have a written recipe. I'm not manufacturing them. I really do them as a spiritual service, and in connection with spirit. I feel like that makes the makes it a potion, makes it more powerful, and packs more oomph into it. I'm even very conscious of when I make them and how many I make, because I want my energy really charged up so I don't overextend myself. I want to make sure I'm at my best when I do it. I do them, I usually create them around a new moon, setting intentions, and then I will charge them on my altars or in sunlight, moonlight, and then they're ready. They're all juiced up and ready by a full moon. So, full moon completion, right? Ready to be released and sent out. So, thank you all. Many of you who, placed orders earlier in the month, first of the month, and then waited patiently while I got them together and got them out for you. And special announcement, because there's been such an enthusiastic response to them, they are now available on my website, trulytouchedbytarot.com, and you can go to the shop tab and you can order them now online directly. It makes it easier. I was doing it direct through emails and what have you, because I wasn't ready to go full on the website, but I am going to do that. I'm going to make them now as a regular process during the new moon and the full moon. I'm still going to make them in batches. So sometimes you may have to do a pre-order, but just know that it's all for a divine purpose, and I think you'll be pleased. Please, for those of you who have ordered them in the past and received them, if you are enjoying them, I'd love to get your comments in the comment section, and get your feedback on them. All right, so first, let's talk about Mojo and what I mean by Mojo. Have to give due respect and tribute to the tradition of hoodoo and voodoo culture, because these are, Mojo as a practice. In fact, I pulled this book off my shelf for those of you who might be interested. Mojo Working and this is by Katrina Hazard Donald. This is a great book just to give you some ideas about the use of mojo and what mojo is really about in traditional culture. But this extends beyond just African American culture. This is for many traditions around the world where earth medicine is used, herbs and essences, and medicine people who knew how to go into forests or on farms and cultivate medicines that are used for luck and protection and love and the many things that are magical but yet very, very practical because they are earth based, right? So I wanted to mention that to you as well, and give respect to the traditions that this comes from. Many of you who saw the movie Sinners, and watch those preparations being made, like that's a real thing, and that's one reason why so many people were drawn to and resonated with that aspect of the film Sinners. All right, so my oil is an anointing oil. Bottom line, it's an anointing oil. And it is meant, while many people have heard of mojo bags, where you put certain items into a bag and you carry it on your body for protection, cool. You can use that oil to anoint those items in the bags if you do carry that. Many people carry it in their pockets or in their purses or things, but these are charged items that have some sort of spiritual significance to you. The thing with magic in any endeavor is really about amplifying your natural energy. It's not the thing itself that makes it work. It is the thing combined with your energy and your intention and your spirit. The idea that when you wear something, the oil or talisman, etc., that it is a physical representation and reminder of what your intention is in wearing it, okay? And the more you wear it, it carries your essence. Have you ever worn clothing, for instance, and maybe put on fragrance, and then when you take it off, or even fresh laundry, where we like to smell, and the essence of that smell has a it gives us a vibe, it gives us a feeling, right? That's what this Mojo oil is doing, is that when you use it, it is designed to boost your natural capacity for love, for luck, for success, for healing. It takes what is naturally ingrained in you, and it serves as a sensory reminder, and it boosts your aura and the energy around what it is that you're doing, okay? So it is an anointing oil. It is a spiritual anointing oil. All right. Let's see. I put some notes here. I wanted to make sure I mention it to you. So it's not a recipe, it's a portal. The way that I make them, my oils. It's not manufactured. It is an offering, if you will. It's a spiritual offering. My contents, again, I can't give you my whole recipe, but I do feel like if you're going to wear something, you should know. And because I'm not sophisticated enough, I don't have any classy labeling and all of that yet. Maybe I'll get there one day. But just in general, so you know, it's got a carrier oil. Where's my bottle? So it comes like this. It's in a roll-on bottle, and you'll see some plastic there. I put a little saran wrap over the thing to prevent any kind of leakage. But it comes in a roll-on bottle. Glass. Always put your things in, your magical things and preparations, in glass, because plastics can sometimes pollute, if you will, just like water or other things. It can pollute and distort the essence of it. So I always make them in glass containers. But it comes in this container. You will see at the bottom, let me see if I can get the lighting there. There we go. You can see, get some movement going there. You can see it's got all kinds of items in it, and not the greatest image there, but it's got juicy stuff in there. The carrier oil is, I use several. I use sweet almond, jojoba. Fractionated coconut oil is really good, because it doesn't spoil, it doesn't go rancid, and it is odorless. When you think of the smell of coconut, it doesn't come with that, but the texture and the richness that it provides to the oil is really good. I use essential oils like rose otto. That's one of my favorites. Always sweetness. And people think of rose as an essence, as something that is just more loving and sweet and lovey-dovey, and it is. But rose is also very protective. Think about that when you put fresh roses in your room, all right, or in your home. I use things like dragon's blood. Okay, dragon's blood, many people associate with heavier magic. But dragon's blood is also a booster. Think about the dragon, like fire, make it work, put it to work, get going, right? Dragon's blood. So it is also a way to boost the energy around your oil. I always, almost always, you will never receive something from me without some lang lang in it. I love the sensuality of it. It is also about loving, but it is very powerful around attraction. So whatever, attracting good health, attracting love, attracting success, attracting opportunity, and doors opened. Lang lang is a very powerful essence for that. Cloves. I always put cloves in my recipes. Cloves are very witchy. You can look it up. And cinnamon powder. You're always going to get something. Sometimes cinnamon sticks. I can crumble and crush cinnamon sticks, but I really love using some good organic cinnamon powder in my recipes. I also use, not always, but I do use High John the Conqueror root. If you're accustomed to the hoodoo tradition, you know about that High John the Conqueror root. It is designed to overcome any obstacles, even if it's self-doubt, a sense of self-limiting beliefs, etc., and certainly anything that tries to come at you oppositionally. High John the Conqueror is really good to have in there. I also use, talking about cinnamon. Cinnamon comes in. You can get cinnamon chips, right? And so I will put some cinnamon chips in the oils as well. Also, lastly, I put natural gemstones, right? And I buy them in bulk, and I make sure that they are natural. Like, get your gemstones from a good source. And those natural gemstones, we are accustomed to using crystals for various purposes, right? Thinking also very much about the chakra system and how crystals relate to the chakra system. So it's about your security in your root chakra. It's about your creativity and pleasure in your sacral chakra. It's about your willpower and confidence in your solar plexus chakra. It is about love and opening and expressiveness in opening and expressiveness to relationships, in healing in your heart chakra. It is about how you express yourself in your throat chakra, how you tune into your intuition in your third eye chakra, and of course always your connection to the divine and your higher self in your crown chakra. So with crystals, you have color correspondences that very often boost all of those things as well. So I put a combination of those crystals in the Mojo oil, all right? I talked to you a little bit about timing. When I make those oils, is very important because I try to align with what the universe is doing naturally. If there's a new moon in Taurus, Earth sign, Venus, luxury, I will, I have my intentions set around that, around security and safety and finances, etc. So I will attune to the natural energies of the moon cycles as I collect, as I go to spirit and say, show me which items to put in these oils. All right, using them again, palms first and foremost. I take this oil and, well, I've got one already open. I'll take the oil and just rub it a little bit on your palms. Okay, you can use it once you've done that. You can put some of your natural lotion in your palm, rub it, and just anoint your body as you typically would. Or you can, while your hands are anointed, rub them together when you're doing business, right? Getting on that keyboard. Again, sparingly. You don't want to, grease up your keyboard too much. But your keyboard, your phone, your steering wheel came to me as well. When you're getting ready to drive a long distance, your hands, you want to be protected and safe as you travel, especially if you're doing long distance travel. So using it on your steering wheel would be really good, and using it in the bottom of your shoes, like just taking a little dab and putting it in the bottom of your shoes as you walk around, and move about the world. Adding that added protection, and keeping in mind the feet as well as the hands are some of the most powerful aspects and areas on the body. Why? Because the organs of the body are throughout the hands. There are different areas throughout the hands and the feet. If any of you are into reflexology, and you can look it up, there are natural correspondences throughout our hands and our feet to the organs in our body, to our chakra system, right? So you can do that. You can put it in your shoes. You can put it on your doorknobs, especially if you've got people coming and going, or if you are in the workplace and you have an office, and you can put a little bit on your doorknobs as well. Okay, success, protection, luck, joy, well-being. All right, so I hope that makes some sense. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to make sure and mention, these are reusable. All right, I do charge $35, but that includes shipping and handling. Shipping is ridiculous these days, but shipping and handling and taxes are all included in that $35. So that's the deal with the pricing on that. But also, the main thing I want to mention is, do not discard these once they are done. One of the features and why I sell it at that price point is because with what you have in there, even when the oil is used up, you all, you've got all those herbs and essences in there. You've got those gemstones in there, and they are still charged up. So when your bottle starts to empty out, you pop that roller and you add some of your natural essences and oils, and there are no limitations. Definitely look things up. Be intentional about what herbs and essence. Well, you won't need the herbs, they're already there, but you're adding those oils. Be intentional about what you're putting in there, and then you can start to build on it and customize it for yourself. I wanted to show you all. I've got, look at all that in there, and I have been working with this bottle now probably about 7 or 8 years, literally, right? And so you see all the goodies that are in there, and then as the oil gets used up, I add more, essences to it. But the foundation that I built, because energy, especially spiritual energy, amplifies over time. So when I say, for instance, with something like this, and I just told you 10 years, that is added power and energy that has gone into this mixture over the years, so that as I use it, it actually becomes stronger and more significant and more mojo in it. All right. So think about that as well. Do not discard your oils when you use them up. Use them as a template, and a base to continue to build. All right. Hope that makes sense. I will put a link to the shop tab if you are interested in getting the oils. I'll put a link in the description box. And again, if you have received them or used them, please do leave a review, as it were, in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. All right. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to utilize my skills as a priestess, and as a metaphysician, right? I love doing this work. It is one of the highlights of my path, and I enjoy sharing it with you. Okay? Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.